Hi everyone, in today's video I thought I would show you how I like to use masking fluid. Now these flowers here will eventually be a gouache set comparison and review, but I figured I would just use these pictures today to show you how I do that. So I'm just using this Princeton round snap brush. Now this is just an old cheap brush. I wouldn't use one of my good brushes for this just in case because you don't want to risk damaging one of your brushes, but I've been using this one for a while now with gouache, and you can see it's still in pretty good condition. I will be using the Winsor and Newton Art Masking Fluid, and this is a slightly pigmented one. I really like this one, and I found it hasn't ripped any paper that I've used it on yet. Now, I haven't used it on this sketchbook yet. This is the Etchr sketchbook paper and cold pressed. So I'll let you guys know when I do the review if it rips the paper at all, but any of my watercolor paper, whether it be hot press or cold press, I haven't had an issue with this, and I've left it on for like a week at some point, so it's been good. I just have a glass of clean water here, and then in this glass I just have some dish detergent down at the bottom. So as far as I can tell, you can pretty much use whatever dish detergent you have on hand. And what I do is I just get the dish detergent all incorporated into the brush. So I hope you can see that, but it's all in there. And I swirl it around and make sure, you know, it really gets in the bristles of the brush really well. So I hope you can kind of see that there. So I'm really squishing it in there. And I don't care if it gets up into the ferrule of the brush right now. And then once I feel like it's pretty incorporated, I just take my brush and rinse it out. So that it's pretty. I mean, I don't feel like it has to be rinsed out completely, but. And it seems to just condition the hairs on the brush and keep them in good condition. So then I just open this up and I'll dip my brush in. But for this piece, because I'm going to do a full background, and where this flower has a lot of little petals coming off and there's a lot of pieces where it's not like a full one like this. So in this flower, I wouldn't mask the whole thing out. I would maybe go around maybe a ½ inch or so and mask around, and then I would mask the stem. Just so when I'm trying to get into these little bits here, it's a little easier. But for this flower, because there's so many little pieces of the background going into certain places, I might just mask the whole thing out. So I like to just dip in, and then I just paint the masking fluid on. And depending the size of the picture that you want to mask out, you know, you can choose a different size brush for that. So if you have like a really big piece, you might want to use a bigger brush. If you have really tiny, small, detailed lines or something like that, you might want to use a small detail brush. And I find all I need is just a thin layer of this masking fluid, and it does the trick. And I find using a brush versus like a synthetic, you can get like those little synthetic, I don't know what they're called. I'll try to put the name here on the screen if I can think of it. Pretty much like just rubber tipped brushes. I find those can be kind of patchy and leave like little patches. So that's why I prefer to use this. Now you do want to be careful going over a spot that you've already put the masking fluid down. If it starts to dry, then it can start picking itself back up. But this is how I like to do it. So I'll probably just start speeding this up at this point, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. So as you can see, we've got a nice smooth layer over the whole flower. And that's another reason I like using a brush, is because I can be pretty controlled and get a consistent layer down. Now you do want to let this dry completely before you start painting over it, because obviously it's not going to do its job if it's not dry, but you can use a hair dryer or a heat tool to help dry it. I just wouldn't do it too close, kind of do it a little further back away from it, but you can do that to help it dry better. And now once we're done, all I do is I just simply take my brush and rinse it off. And you could also do this under the sink. And you can see all of that masking fluid is now out of there. So it's still a nice clean brush. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, yeah. So that's how I use masking fluid. So I will try to link this video below, any videos that I use masking fluid, especially in my watercolor pieces, because I do have a tutorial coming up doing that. So I will link this video just so you can see exactly how I do it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I hope you learned something. If you did, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post my videos. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.